Totally understandable.
Yeah.
And, oh man, I think about it, it's so fitting. He used to play Lucas,
Yeah.
and now he's playing like Beta. Like, similar archetypes. Another match for the folks at home. We got CV CiscoKid up against Adrian. I always thought that his tag was like CiscoKid with like an S instead of a C. I don't know if that was just like an input error or whatever, but like I always thought that was his tag. CiscoKid. If I'm wrong, I am so sorry, man. But yeah, CiscoKid, really chill, and maybe showing some love to Hyuga there. We've seen his Toon Link quite a few times. I want to see if it's very reminiscent of Hyuga's very defensive style, right? With so many different traps.
Which makes sense, like, for a Toon Link to play that sort of archetype. He doesn't have a very good job opening up opponents who are like playing defensive themselves, playing like shielding and not taking risks, just because of the fact that he has a tether grab, and it's slow on startup, so it's not terribly difficult to react to, and carries such huge risk whenever you do try to attempt it. So I mean, the way that you often will play around it is by playing defensive yourself and playing super safe yourself, and like creating the wall to try and not let your opponents get anything started.
Right now, we haven't seen CiscoKid actually make much out of that wall. He's not making the most of Tink's mobility. He's choosing to go so close to face so many times rather than using the platforms and Toon Link's quick speed to maneuver around Adrian.
Yeah, which looks like he started to do now. Definitely like respecting Ike's space a little bit more, trying to set up the safe bomb pulls, the safe side Bs. And again, actually, Adrian coming through with the counter, which is interesting. The fact that the multi hits from the bomb don't go through that and hit him. I actually didn't know that.
It's reminds me a bit of like PC Chris, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You have to be so mindful whenever you're throwing those projectiles, and that's going to give CiscoKid yet another thing to really think about. He's already down by so much. It's a position where a back air on the ledge would be enough to take the stock. F tilt as well. So many different options Adrian can look for, but he has to be mindful of his percent as well. That's starting to climb in the triple digits. Those bombs can combo into some pretty strong hitting areas.
Yep, good damage though. These projectiles starting to go up, and the bomb to forward air will be a very, very safe confirm Toon Link has. That is like the projectiles, the bombs especially, never stop becoming a threat. They combo at low percent, they still combo at high percents with that forward air. Lots of damage, the good tool to be racking damage up, and also a good tool for finishing your opponent off. And that was really smart, yeah, the run forward to bait out the counter, understanding that Adrian had been using that to try and get through the projectiles.
We've been seeing some great adaptation from CiscoKid, now really making the most of the mobility, but Adrian, man, he came in huge with that bear. Wasn't enough to take the stock. Maybe if his percent was a bit higher, if he had a bit more rage on him, he could have taken it. Still tough. CiscoKid swinging wildly and coming up short. Interesting, though, he uses the bomb, hoping to clear a landing zone from him. Oh, Adrian. Not what we like to see with the SD.
Yeah.
Let's take a minute and reflect on that match. What did you notice whenever you looked at both of these players' playstyles, and how did that affect the outcome of the match?
Yeah, as you mentioned, there was a lot of really good adaptations from CiscoKid. Early on, he was kind of like he was playing super close to Ike. Adrian was getting the couple of counters to like get through the wall, get some damage out, and like the tussles in there. Tussling with Ike is really scary, especially whenever you're a character like Toon Link, who's not particularly high damage, not like high base knockback, high knockback at lower percents. So the fact that CiscoKid adjusted to that and like started giving him a little bit more space, like respecting his threat a little bit more, definitely made the difference in the set.
I agree. And why we saw him play so close to face early on was demonstrated because of those up tilts in particular. These low percents, those up tilts, those strings, they just feel like they never end.
Yeah, you get lots of damage landing one of those. Definitely something you have to be careful of.
And while Ike may not have the speed that a character like Toon Link has, what we're seeing from Adrian right now is just that supreme range that the character possesses.
Yeah.
Consistently getting out and beating out a lot of the normals that we are seeing from CiscoKid. But either way, CiscoKid, he's taking this free damage and he's making it work. He's up by so much and on the verge of getting up with a big conversion on top of that.
Yep, going to still be getting good damage output. Interesting choice for the up B that is not, I don't know if that's really going to work against the Ike up B.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree, especially since it came slamming down.
Yeah, afterwards.
Kind of avoiding that. Wow!
Oh, a little bit mistimed though.
That would have been such an insane reset,
Yeah.
to say the least. Adrian, he is just down by so much. What can he do to turn things back in his favor?
I mean, as a character like Ike, you really just need to land one solid hit. Like, this is kill percent for CiscoKid. Like, yeah, kill throw for the back throw as well. But, I mean, Ike, especially if he manages to hold on to his stock with Rage, his knockback gets increased so much. Landing a back air, landing dash attack, landing up smash. I mean, you can kill your opponent surprisingly low percents.
Yeah, I feel like Smash 4 helped make some of these larger characters much more viable.
Yeah.
Simply because of how much of a benefit they really gained from a mechanic like Rage. Now we got to see if Adrian has it in him to bring this game back and maybe use that Rage to take a set.
Oh,
take a game.
Good spacing on the forward air. That is going to be enough to finish it. Even with no Rage, 110 at the ledge. Toon like not a particularly heavy character himself.
This is a level where, in particular, if CiscoKid backs himself into a corner trying to make the most of that mobility, he's so close to the blast zone that there's a high chance for Adrian to land a KO.
Yeah.
Wow, that S-Smash read though, that was
It's good. He didn't get too much off of it. Got like 25%, but
oh yeah, it's like on one hand he only got 25%, but on the other hand he got 25%.
Yeah.
Jesus. But still, this is a spot where he needs to understand just how lethal those bombs can be. And one area where he can certainly punish the CiscoKid's tendency to go for these grabs, especially from this corner, because like we saw, that back throw is a KO option. He could bait that out, but I don't know if he's going to have a chance. CiscoKid catching him with the aerial and closing this set out 2-0.
Yep, very nice use of bombs. Very nice use of projectiles in general, converting off of them.
Yeah, very clean. Very clean. I want to see if he's been playing with Highland at all, because I feel like his Tink has definitely leveled up since the last time that we saw him.
Yeah,
on the stage.
It's looking pretty crisp.
Yeah. It's good. Makes me happy.
Yeah, always nice to see people getting better.
I think Highland, I was actually talking with Highland a little bit about Hyuga.
Yeah.
And Highland feels like he's one of the players that might present Zero with a pretty tough hurdle to climb, just because of how fundamentally different Hyuga is of a Toon. Like, I mean, he just